There is no amount of submission, there is no amount of coddling that can make a man who you call your spouse hate you less or even love you when you're earning more money than him. When a woman is earning more money than the husband, it is a breeding ground for resentment. A lot of reason why we are seeing a lot of femicide. There's a story I had yesterday. In fact, the reason I decided to make this video is because of a story I had yesterday. It was so disturbing. Okay, so this content creator goes on, let me try and summarize, goes on to say that there was a woman, she was working for the UN embassy or something, and she was being paid in dollars, and she was making so much money. You know, she had really worked hard to get that point in her life, but her husband felt this was demeaning to him as a man, and it ended badly. There is no amount of submission. You cannot submit to such a man. When you're making that money, even when you submit, the only thing that man is going to see is that you think you're better than him. The only relationships that work properly is when the man dominates, when a man is making more money than the woman. That relationship will flow. Why? Because as women, we know how to cheer our men on when they are making money. But men do not know how to cheer a woman when that woman is making more money than him. And that one, I'll tell you 100% of the time, is that that's exactly what is happening. So sometimes you are making a lot of money way before you get married. If you're making a lot of money at this time and you're not yet married, you're in your 20s or maybe early 30s or even mid 30s, I don't know, you're making lots of cash and you're not yet married, the best thing to do is to sit and wait for God to give you a proper spouse. Do not go with your feelings. You are sitting down, you're finding a man who's making less than you. Trust me, when that man meets you the first time, he's not going to think it's an issue. It's not going to be an issue for him when you're making more money than him. At that time when you're dating, in the dating phase. But the moment you two are living in the same house, when you're the one who's bringing the big bucks, when you're the one who's bringing the big checks, it is going to be a problem. So wait for God to give you a good spouse. And I know a lot of people are not going to listen to me, because judging from the society we're living in, even when you mention the word wait for God, it's not something that registers in people's minds. Now, another piece of advice I would give: when you start dating, and this is pure wisdom, okay? This is the wisest thing to do as a woman. When you start dating and you're making the big bucks, make sure you date someone who is making more than you. Do not ever date anyone who is making less. And I'm not saying this because I'm trying to say, oh, I'm coming in between love, I'm coming in between, true love and everything. The thing I'm doing here is to say that women need to understand that your safety counts. You need to be safe. You need to be there when your children grow up. You need to be there. Your full face needs to be perfect, even in your 50s.